Now that the Bounty Hunter update is coming to an end and we've just finished the festive content, it's now time where we start talking about future content. We have actually started this here on the channel already by looking at content that we could potentially see within 2021. But it is actually something that we missed. It was something that was revealed during the Bounty Hunter update, which was heavily spoken about within the community, but I always skip over it because I don't like talking about leaks that have been revealed whilst an update has just been released. I like enjoying the new content, and then when it is time to talk about that leak, that is where we bring it up. And this is where we're bringing up that leak, Outlaw Pass 5. But before I do get into the video talking about Outlaw Pass 5, telling you exactly everything that you need to know, telling you about the good and bad things about it, answering some of your guys' questions, and also telling you how to prepare for this content. If you do want to see any more content from me, there is links in the description down below to absolutely everything from other YouTube channels to the Twitch channel. Head over to there, drop follow, subscribe, do what you have to do for whatever content that you want to sign up for. It would be greatly appreciated and you'll obviously benefit out of it as well. So getting back into the video. When the Bounty Hunter update was released, data miners looked through the new update and found content which was going to be used for Outlaw Pass 5. And this isn't the first time Rockstar have ever done this. They did a very similar thing back with the Naturalist update. The Naturalist update gave us Outlaw Pass 3, but there was also the Halloween Pass. But this is actually the first time when Rockstar have added two major Outlaw Passes at the same time, which has definitely sparked some interest within the community. So with players looking through the files of the latest update, they have found all of this different information. They found an Outlaw Pass 5 poster which talks about what it will include. This is special items of clothing, new satchels, new skill pamphlets, advanced photography enhancements, bonus cash, special offers, and much more, including 25 gold bars back, which is actually the least amount of gold that's been paid back from the Outlaw Pass, but we will talk a bit more about that a bit later. We haven't just had a basic overview of absolutely everything, we do even know everything that's included. So when looking at the pouches, we've got repeater ammo pouch, revolver ammo pouch, varmint ammo pouch, and also arrow ammo pouch. All of which I fully invite into content because you can never have too much ammo. Now there have been a couple players that have put lists together of what you can get for each rank. There'll be 80 ranks in total, which you are now seeing on screen. Feel free to stop the video at any point to look at each rank. I'm not going to be going through each and every one of them individually because this will take quite a bit of time and it will be kind of boring. Especially that most of the stuff with Outlaw Passes, including Outlaw Passes that we've had before, they're not great rewards every single rank. There's some rewards that are very, very nice, some are very, very good, but other ones are just about getting ingredients, which no one really cares about. We use it, but it's not great and it's not blowing us away. And not to mention that we are talking about this a month after it's all been leaked. Most people have already covered this information, but this is where we start to go into some other topics which haven't really been covered that much. So the first thing to talk about is when does this Outlaw Pass come out and how much does it cost? The current Outlaw Pass that we have, Outlaw Pass 4, ends on the 15th of March 2021. So do not expect any type of content to be releasing before this date. Rockstar have also been on a bit of a roll with these Outlaw Passes. Back with the Naturalist update, we got Outlaw Pass 3. As soon as that ended, a few weeks later, we got the Halloween Pass. As soon as the Halloween Pass ended, a few weeks later, we got Outlaw Pass 4. And I'm expecting to see something similar here. So we could very well see the Outlaw Pass drop in late March or even early April time. That way, as soon as this Outlaw Pass ends, we go straight into the next Outlaw Pass. And this makes more sense than what Rockstar was doing. It doesn't make sense for Rockstar just to release one Outlaw Pass for every single major update we get, especially when we're on a schedule of just getting 2 major updates per year and for those Outlaw Passes only to last 2 to 3 months. The way I see it, Rockstar had one of 2 options. The first option is to increase the time that you have with the Outlaw Passes. So with 2 Outlaw Passes coming out each year with the major updates, make them last 6 months so they can carry you all the way up to the point of the next Outlaw Pass. Or for them to add another 2 Outlaw Passes so that we have 4 Outlaw Passes per year to cover Easter, summer, Halloween, and Christmas. This would also loop back round into the following year where we'll get Easter, summer, Halloween, Christmas again. This content as well is not too hard for Rockstar to make. Yes, there are some things within there that are very unique, either being different items of clothing or even different weapon variants, but 90% of the stuff is different types of discounts as well as different types of rewards which will give you bonuses, or even what we talked about earlier, different types of ingredients. This is very easy stuff for Rockstar to put together, so having 4 per year should be fairly easy for them to do. Moving on to the price. Supposedly this pass is going to be costing around 35 gold bars, and some of you instantly may be linking this back to what we mentioned earlier with the Outlaw Pass 5 poster where you get 25 gold bars back, and pointing out that this is the least amount of gold that we've had returned from an Outlaw Pass, and this is true. But you have to bear in mind that you'll also be able to get a treasure map which should give you around 1 gold bar, and not to mention that Rockstar does give out rewards / discounts for buying Outlaw Pass in certain times. With the previous Outlaw Pass, you were able to get an extra $400 plus 10 gold bars back for buying into it within the first week. So I think it's likely that we can see a very similar thing with this Outlaw Pass, just because we've also had this for nearly every other Outlaw Pass before this, and it's not going to be exactly the same, but there will be something very similar. As myself as well as quite a few other people have put the date on of late March, early April time for this Outlaw Pass, players are now asking the question of does this mean we'll get a spring DLC? And I've seen quite a few players talking about this. Personally, I don't think it's going to happen. The reason that I believe this is because if Rockstar plans to release a major DLC at this time, they could have released the Outlaw Pass as part of that update rather than including it as content of the previous update. For example, the Naturist update included all the Halloween content, and there wasn't a separate update on the day just for Halloween. So I think the same thing will happen here. I think the Outlaw Pass here will be content to bridge the gap between the Bounty Hunter update which we've just had and the next major update which will release midway somewhere this year. Feel free to disagree with me in the comment section down below. I would say that I'm not 100% certain on this. I would say I'm 70% sure that this is going to happen, which is not a crazy number, let's be real here. But I think that this is more likely than the other options. The other options being that this was actually content that was supposed to be part of the Bounty Hunter update, but it did get split last minute and Rockstar decided to make this as a separate Outlaw Pass. And the third option is that this is just a backup plan for if everyone was forced to work from home again, which would disrupt Rockstar's workflow within the studio. So at least they would have some content to push in worst case scenario. And I just don't think that's the situation. But as I said, feel free to disagree in the comment section down below. But moving on to the final part of this video, what do you need to do to prepare for this content? The first thing is that you definitely need to go and get gold. This Outlaw Pass is going to cost 35 gold bars to enter, and even though that is slightly less than what we've had for the previous Outlaw Passes, it does actually make life more harder because Rockstar did nerf the daily challenges in the previous update. So whereas before you was able to get a lot more gold and you was able to build up a streak, now you get a lot less gold and you can't actually build up a streak because it is reset after 28 days. So if you start building up your gold now, try and get as much as possible, it means that you'll have to do less later. But also remember with Outlaw Passes, you don't need all of that gold on day 1. You can actually wait for the Outlaw Pass to release, get to rank 80 within a couple weeks or even months, and then later decide to buy into everything. If you do need gold, I have done a method on the channel which is the best way to earn gold after the daily challenge nerf. If you would like to see that, there is a link in the description down below, as well as there'll be a card on screen right now which you can click and it will take you directly to that video. That is a legit way to earn gold in Red Dead Online. And as it is a legit way, it will still take you some time, but it will be a lot faster than earning gold any other way right now. And the only other thing that you can do if you really want to prepare for this content is by gathering collector sets. And this is something that's entirely up to you. I've done it for every single Outlaw Pass that has been released after Outlaw Pass 1. And it's worth it for me, but I know there's a lot of arguments out there of what's the point? You're just going to complete this content quick and then complain that there's no content, which has always been an argument here every time I've done videos like this, but I'm still here playing the game nearly every day and I've never once complained about the Outlaw Pass. So this is entirely up to you if you want to go and do this. If you want to complete the Outlaw Pass quickly, you can collect as many different sets as possible and then sell them on the day of the release of the Outlaw Pass. For every single set that you sell, you'll get 1500 XP. And so far, we haven't had an Outlaw Pass which has required more than 1440 XP to rank up. So now that we know that there's an 80 rank Outlaw Pass, you just need to times 80 ranks by 1440 XP, which gives you 115,200 XP to complete the whole Outlaw Pass. And that is if there is no changes to XP required. It could be slightly less or it could be slightly more. But if we were then to divide 1115 XP by 1500, you'll get 76.8, which is exactly how many sets that you would need to complete this if everything was correct. And as my guess is that we have 3 months until this content drops, that is very easy to do. Use this collector map to show every single collectible location in Red Dead Online. Start off by going for the guaranteed sets. This is the wildflowers, the tarot cards, the antique alcohol bottles, the bird eggs, and the family heirlooms. You can already get 80 sets just from these to max them out. These are guaranteed sets because they have the exact locations for each collectible. After this, if you still want to carry on collecting to guarantee that you have more than enough collectibles to rank up to max rank within the first day, then you can move on to the random sets. This is your fossils, your lost jewelry, your arrowheads, and your coins. These are harder to complete because each collectible has a random chance of spawning. What you'll find is each collectible here has at least one collectible that is extremely rare, making it hard for you to actually complete that set. But this is pretty much all you need to do to prepare. Get the gold to buy into it, and if you really want to complete it quickly, make sure you're gathering collector sets now so that you can sell them on the day. This one is entirely up to you. But anyway guys, that is absolutely everything that you need to know about Outlaw Pass 5. This is all the content that's included, some of the major questions relating to this Outlaw Pass, and also the exact way in which you need to prepare. If you do have any more questions about the Outlaw Pass, then leave them in the comment section down below. If you do want any more content from me, you can head over to the Twitch or even the other YouTube channels. All of that can be found in the description. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.